Today, I would like to present to you a book that may be very helpful for those who are taking their first steps in their own magical development, or who do not yet know where to begin. In this book, I have sought to present in detail the path of exploring one's magical consciousness. When you are faced with the question of how to develop yourself in magic, it is very important to take the first step correctly. I wrote this book precisely for those who are preparing to take that first step, because it is a book about the foundations. From which side should you begin to look at yourself first? Because a great deal of what you will succeed in later, and what you will not, depends on correctly determining your position at this very moment, at the starting point, at point zero. And so, in order to determine this point correctly, you need to look at yourself from a certain angle. This book is called Which Dimension Do You Live In? A dimension is precisely that very angle. A perspective. It's not somewhere out there, it's all inside, all the dimensions by which things can be measured. Human consciousness resides within the human being. At the beginning, I tried to describe in great detail what these dimensions are and how to determine them correctly. After this, you are invited to turn your gaze inward and, as accurately as possible, determine your own dimension. At this particular moment, this definition makes it clear in which direction your vector of development is moving and what steps you need to individually map out for yourself so that your growth may unfold purposefully, bringing you closer to success. Instead of zigzagging aimlessly, in an endless search for something not even clearly understood, we begin with the study of human consciousness and the sevenfold structure of the human mind. Human consciousness consists of 7 bodies, one of which is already familiar to you, the physical body. And this is where the mystical unveiling begins. The practices I describe in this book are the most basic, yet they are necessary, like the very first steps, without which the beginning would be incorrect, incomplete, and of poor quality. Here, we work with the etheric body, the body of sensations, examining its subtle nuances and learning to transform those sensations, enriching ourselves with an additional amount of energy to instantly draw power from the surrounding world to yourself, and even through this, to shape the impression you make on others, not as a final goal, but merely as a daily mindfulness practice, to demonstrate exactly how incredibly sensitive the human subconscious is to even the smallest shifts in the energetic balance of those around us. This book introduces you to the fundamental energies of sky and earth, those with which we work at all times, as well as to the activation of the structure, I am as I am. It is a very axis of consciousness which helps the fundamental information embedded within the system of the soul to manifest. It must become the guiding force behind all your actions and intentions. Not the external world, not egregorial influence, not the needs of others, but only it. Because this is your task, the one you came here with, to realize yourself not for the world, but within it. And anyone who tries to convince you otherwise wants your realization to serve not you, but themselves. So that you invest your time and efforts in satisfying the needs of others. If you remember yourself, you will never allow this to happen. But for that, you must awaken your inner strength and will. And without energy, it is very difficult to achieve. This is where the algorithm laid out in this book comes from. It is experience. The experience of living several lives in one. This skill comes with practice, but a journey of 1,000 lu begins with the first step. This is that step. The book, Which Dimension Do You Live In?, is written for you